this is Gil. Welcome to Burkland Gardens. We're getting back into our videos. We've had a bit of a pause here, and we're gonna start featuring some of the plants that we have here. Also, we're doing some minor construction around the nursery and installing some beds, that type of thing, and a little bit of stonework and rock work and things like that. So coming up, though, we'll be featuring some of the plants that I just put into the nursery this spring, and so we'll probably feature pines, firs, spruce, and then other things like cedrus, the cedars, and other trees as well. And we'll have a series on those. But I just wanted to walk you up the property here, there, the bed area, our main display area, and we have several areas at the nursery. But we'll come along this way. Tables have been reset, and they're old tables. I had to reset them, flip them over, and re-brace them. But plants are getting installed here. There's brought some of the conifers up here and to display, and then there'll be other things too. My friend Gennaro, who's a landscape contractor, and his crew came today, and they I've been wanting to do this. I just don't have the energy. My old age is catching up with me. But they spent a couple hours here, and I've hired them to do some jobs around the nursery. They've cut some what we call bed lines here, and you can see in the dirt along the grass, it's nicely edged right now. And so I laid out a bed line that I liked, and they cut it with a steel shovel, like a spade, and you could call that a spade. That works well. And then weeded it all out. Took the weeds and grass and put it into our compost area, and then we installed some other trees. And in our next video, I think we'll be doing some finish work on this bed, installing some bark, and just finishing this up. Some of these plants can be sold right out of the bed, like this golden spreader Nordman fir. You can see the pot there, but we'll bring the bark up to it where you won't even see it. Put a few rocks into the bed as well, and I'm really pleased with the work that they did for me today. So we've got a type of miniature, our dwarf hornbeam, columnar one right here, just leafing out with the rock right behind it. So that tree's probably, I've had it quite a while, and it's probably about 12 years old, and that's all the bigger it is. They can get 8-10 feet tall. Then I've got my Jacobson Mugo pine. Some of these trees in here I will keep for myself, but I have a pretty large inventory of these, and some of them are almost as big as this one here. So we'll just move down the bed and talk about, we lined this bed with some rock here and placed a couple of other things. I've got my green penguin, which is a Scotch pine, which is again a favorite plant of mine, and a ground hugging type of Scotch pine. Another Mugo pine called Dave's Choice, nice dense, slow growing, smaller one. I'd like to have some height. Of course, green penguin has a slow growing height, and this Japanese white pine. So having in the design element things that are layered, so your taller things are in the back and shorter things, and then we can even put some ground cover and lower things, even shorter growing shrubs in the front here. So so I think that makes a nice triangulation, so you're not just lining it up like a hedge. Another design feature. And I think the bed just looks nice. You can, as we look down it, you'll just see the curves to it. They just free flow and have a pleasing look to them, and they kind of bump out where maybe a tree is and things like that. So in and out, and keeping the bed weed free and a nice flow to it, and then finishing it off with a nice mulch. So just a few other smaller things. We got a few pines in here. We've got a blue spruce. It's a ground hugging type, puts out, it's a prostrate Colorado blue spruce. And the color in this one, this is a Japanese black pine called Ogon, and it grows taller and a little bit wide, and so it will be a bigger tree, but I pruned it out a year or two ago, and I'm just going to keep it shorter, and love the color of it, and it seems to like the sun. Contrasting the green and the gold. I always got to have an icebreaker somewhere in the bed, and I went and picked one out. So the Korean fir icebreaker, and a little gold behind it, a gold hinoki. A little bit of burn in it, but it's been here. I'm not going to take it out right now. So, and a miniature fir. Can't remember. See if I got this one tagged. I don't remember which one this is. I think it's an alpine fir, but just a half an inch to an inch growth a year on this one here. Here's another black pine. This is an Austrian pine that grows in the globose fashion, and so we've got that. And then this tree behind it is a Kinsey rose, which is, I think it's a Sembra, which is a European white pine, and this will give a little more height with this down lower. So nice color contrast too, with greens and blues and all that. So I realized I didn't have any Japanese maples, so I went and grabbed one. This one's Purple Ghost, and so it's red, but it's got that that it shows the veining in the leaves. So as soon as these are filled out, we'll get another shot of it. But it has you can see through the leaf, translucent look to it, with the veins of the leaf showing. So, and kind of maybe start to pick it out. There's one that's unfolded. It's not fully mature yet. They're just emerging on these leaves. So need to get this will add some height and some more color. So I think we need a few other deciduous things in here as well. A few other trees that I like. This is a tree that I'm going to keep, a personal tree. It's a Mugo pine called Benjamin. Very nice and tight. Has a little more flat growth habit to it, and lots of nice buds. I love the color of it. It's got a great trunk on it that just shows its age, and so there's just so many different Mugo pines, but the ones that are nice and compact and tight and slow growing are really, really nice. And this is a very mature one. So moving on, this is another tree that I would like to have some small ones here. I know a grower in Oregon that does grow them, but I usually don't order, and I'm not sure I'll be able to get them into my inventory. But it's called Waldbrunn, and so this Colorado blue spruce, and it just has a nice blue-green tone to it. Again, a very large trunk for the size of the tree. So it's an older one. So we've got several flat-growing type conifers in this bed right here, and an oriental spruce with the dark green in the background. And that tree will develop a leader and become a conical tree, or you can keep that leader cut out and keep it more flat. So on that particular one, I'm going to keep it flat for now. And there's a little bit of ground cover in the bed, and I'll probably add more ground cover and a little bit of color. I don't like to detract from the conifers and the maples, but adding other things and other contrasts of other plants that might be perennials or ground covers and things like that, I think can add to the bed. So here's another slow-growing upright. This is Hupp's Perfect Pillar. I think it's a Nordman fir. This tag doesn't say it, but just looking at it, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But just an older specimen. It's just going to be fairly narrow, dense, really nice color. And so this is another one that will be, kept in my inventory. So something else for height, at one time I had quite a few of these DeGroot spires, and they're like the emerald green. They're arborvitae type, and they have a spiraling type of branching, and so this gives some nice height to the bed right here in the background. So I'm going to put a southern magnolia into this bed too. I haven't seen it yet, but the glossy green leaves with the backside of the leaves being a kind of a cinnamon brown, mahogany brown type, I think is a nice contrast, and it'll give us some height at the back of the bed. So thank you for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed this. And then the next few videos, we're going to continue working on this bed, and we're going to have some other projects where Gennaro's going to help me, and we're also going to go out in the field and look at some of his projects, because he's just a great contractor, and love to help him out and get some local business for him here in Skagit County and Whatcom County, and in our Mount Vernon area and northern Snohomish County. So, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.